Hey team, hope you're feeling good today. We're going to get started with our move section. So for our move section, we're starting with a banded diamond step. What the guys are going to do is they're going to be stepping with one leg forward and then that second leg and just making a big diamond shape in the floor. So imagine a baseball diamond, they're stepping out kind of making that shape. They're going to do 4 times one direction, stop, and then 4 times back the other direction. Once they're through those diamond steps, they're just drop down to the floor for a 30-second hollow body hold. In that hollow body, they're just focused on driving their low back into the floor, pointing their toes and bringing those hands up overhead. If they need to scale that position, they can just bring the legs in and the hands down. 30 seconds there. You're just going to roll through that for 2 sets. Once you're through that, we're going to get into a 6 minutes of work, basically. We've got 3 different exercises for 30 seconds each. So there'll be 30 seconds of high knees, 30 seconds of side lunges, bringing those feet together and stepping out to the side every time, and then 30 seconds of spider plank. So you're just holding that plank position, bringing one leg up to each side. So they're going to do that for 6 minutes. You guys ready to get started?
Guess
Throw
so.
that band on. We've got 4 times each direction, starting with that right leg. Let's get it. So during these diamond steps, they're focused on kind of keeping that same hollow body, tight core, tight hips. They're leading with those hip flexors, so they're really pulling with those hip flexors when they step out in front to make a big diamond every time they go through here.
Extra. Jacob's doing extra credit. Right.
Did you for the other direction?
Did you for the other direction?
Oh, I thought it was 2 each.
I'm modified it.
And Taylor's 30
What?
reps here.
I'm just scaling it.
So on that hollow body, Taylor's doing a great job just driving that low back into the floor, keeping those abs active and those hands overhead. Again, if you have to scale this, you're just bending those legs a little bit, bringing those hands forward. But ideally, you want that low back pressed against the floor the entire time. So 30 seconds there. And then you're back to those diamond steps.
If you're feeling warm now, you can do all the reps instead of half. Counting's hard, guys.
Looking good, gentlemen. Get some big steps here. Firing those hip flexors as we step forward, those glutes as we step backwards. And once you do that second set, you are done with the band. Squeezing those abs, 30-second hold here. Think about pulling those ribs in nice and tight, belly button to the spine, and driving that low back into the floor, pointing those toes, flexing those quads. Very nice, 30 seconds down. So now we're through those 2 rounds. We're going to get into that 6 minutes, 30 seconds of work through the 3 different exercises, starting with those high knees. All right, 10 seconds. Again, team, once we're through those high knees, we're going straight into those side lunges and then straight into that spider plank. 3, 2, let's get it, fellas.
Get there first, Jacob. Race him, bro. Who gets the quarter first?
Looking good, staying nice and springy. We just want those feet to pop right off the floor, chopping those arms as if we were sprinting. Looking good. Looking better, Jacob. Pop, pop, pop. Very good tempo. 3, 2, switch into the side lunge. There we go. Really trying to stay as upright as we can, getting as deep as we can. Firing off that glute as we step out and out of that lunge. Good. 30 seconds here for spider plank. Abs are tight. Pulling those knees straight towards the elbow. Really feel those obliques firing up as we pull that knee up. 20 seconds in. 3, 2, back to the high knees. 1 time through, 2 to go.
Got a flat tire. I'll catch up, Jacob.
Looking good, gentlemen. 15 seconds, staying nice and springy here. 5 seconds. And switch back to the side lunges. Good. Big step out to the side. Flexing the quad we're not stepping with. Maintain that straight leg. Try and just pull ourselves a little bit deeper with every lunge, opening up those hips. Got 5 seconds. And down for our plank here, pulling those knees to the elbows. This one's not so much about speed, but it's just about how hard we kind of flex as we drive that knee up towards the elbow. You just want to contract those abs and those obliques as hard as we can. 10 seconds, coming up on that last time through. 3, 2, and back to high knees here for the last bit of the warm-up. Trying to stay nice and springy here. We are about 15 seconds in. 5 seconds. Back to those side lunges now. Very nice, gentlemen. Looking good. 20 seconds in, 10 to go. Down to that plank. Seconds, or back up for those high knees. 5 seconds. And back to those feet, last time through. 15 seconds in. Very nice, gentlemen. 5 seconds. 3, 2, switch. Lunging it out here. Opening up those hips. team, we're going to give them about a minute to catch their breath right before we get into the flex portion of today's workout. So we're going to stretch a little bit. For the flex portion, we just got 2 minutes of a saddle stretch and then 2 minutes of our lizard stretch. It's going to be 1 minute on each side. So for our saddle stretch, Taylor's doing an excellent job of demoing that right now. He's just down on those shins, leaning back, sitting his butt on his heels. Now, there's 2 different ways that we can kind of scale this. Jacob's got tight ankles, so he feels a little bit too much pain in the front of that ankle and that shin. So he's going to put an ab mat under his shins. You can use a pillow, you can fold up a towel, use a blanket, anything you want to kind of take some of the pressure off of those shins off those ankles by putting that mat right under those shins. The other variation you can do is put that pillow, towel, whatever you want, between your calves and your butt, so you're not sitting all the way down on your heels. So if you're feeling tenderness in the knee or too much tension in the front of that knee, usually if we put a pillow or a rolled up blanket kind of in between our calves and our butt, you'll be in a lot better position to kind of feel the stretch and not feel that pain in the knee. So let's start our 2 minutes here. They're just going to be leaning back into that saddle stretch. One thing to try once you're here too is you can kind of flex your butt and push your hips up to kind of achieve a little bit more of a stretch in the front of the hips. You don't even necessarily have to hold that whole time, but it will allow you access to more of a stretch in the front of the hips once you flex those glutes. Then you can relax a little bit but stay in that position. The other thing we're focused on here is our breath. So we want to kind of do a 4-second inhale to an 8-second exhale, and we're thinking about getting deeper into the stretch during that 8-second exhale. So breathing in, slow and controlled, breathing out, slow and controlled as we can. I know you just did a warm-up, your heart rate's up, you're breathing a little hard, so it may be difficult to control that exhale, but the more we can kind of focus on that, the deeper we're going to get into the stretch. We are about 1 minute into our saddle stretch here. Looking good, fellas. Also notice the positioning of their hands. They have opened their hands and turned their fingertips back facing behind them. That will also increase the stretch of their biceps, open the chest up to continue that stretch to the upper body as well as the lower body and the hips. They're 1:20 in, about 35 seconds to go now. So big deep breaths, control that breathing. 4 seconds in, 8 seconds out, trying to fill that belly with as much air as possible. Last 10 seconds, and we're getting into that lizard stretch. 3, 2, and we'll get into that lizard stretch on our right side here. So stepping up with that right leg. Driving that belly button to the floor. So you can see Taylor can actually get pretty low here on that lizard stretch and actually get his elbows all the way to the floor. Someone more like myself or Jacob, we just kind of go to our hands. Both are more than acceptable. Just driving that knee out, driving the belly button towards the floor. We are 30 seconds in. Getting nice and loose today. 15 seconds, and they will be switching sides. So you really want to feel the stretch in that back leg, the hip flexor, the front leg. We may feel a little bit in that abductor or that hamstring. That's perfectly okay. 3, 2, switching sides here. Left foot up. To the last minute of our stretching. Try to drive that belly button to the floor. Another way to kind of increase this stretch, as you'll see, Taylor's heel is actually in front of his knee. So that's going to give him a little bit more stretch in the hamstring and in the adductor of that leg. Or Jacob's heel is a little bit either just below or behind his knee, which is going to take away a little bit of that hamstring and adductor stretch. But he's still getting a really good stretch in the back leg. Now for some of us, we don't have the ability to get that foot up there, so it's going to be just as good of a stretch, even though that foot's not quite as far up there. So it's all going to be on an individual basis here. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, nice job, about, team? Coming up out of that stretch, take a couple minutes, grab yourself a drink of water, and we'll get into the Metcon.
Jacob sweating.
Oh, snap. All right, team, for the Metcon today, we've got every 3 minutes for 18 minutes. We're going to start with 8 sandbag cleans, going to 8, 4 on each side, sandbag push press, 8 sandbag reverse lunges, and then 8 tempo ring rows with a 2-second tempo on the way down and a 1-second pause at the top. So I'll have these guys demo those movements here real quick. For the sandbag clean, they're holding onto that bag, bring it up to one shoulder, and then right back down to the floor. As you can see, you can hold onto that bag, or you can drop it from your shoulder. That's up to you. Once they're through that, they're going to go straight into that push press, 4 each side, and then that reverse lunge. For the reverse lunge, they're going to hold that bag up in that goblet position, hit 4 on each side as well, drop that bag, heading over to the suspension trainers for their rows, in which they're going to do a 2-second down tempo with a 1-second pause at the top for every rep. Really emphasizing flexing those scaps, pinching those shoulder blades, and pulling those shoulders back as they pull up. All right, team, let's take about 10 seconds and we will get into it, starting with those 8 sandbag cleans, 4 on each side.
Unbroken.
These boys are holding on to it. They're not letting go of that bag. It's up to you. You can drop it at home. And let's get it. 3 minutes here. So the faster you get through this work, the longer we have to rest. So you can reward yourself for that intensity. Abs are nice and tight. Got a good position on these cleans. Thinking about deadlifting that back up. Popping those hips as we pull it onto the shoulder. Make sure we're really using those legs and driving that bag overhead for those push press. And then a smooth transition into those reverse lunges. We've just got 8, 4 on each side here. Very nice, fellas. As you can see, they went unbroken there. They're going pretty quick, and they probably will for every round through this 18 minutes. We've got to slow it down a little bit on the rows here for that 2-second tempo and a 1-second pause at the top. Really emphasizing squeezing those scaps, squeezing those shoulder blades. Looking good, fellas. We're about a minute into the round, so they're going to have plenty of rest after these rows. Good. So we've got about a minute 45 here to rest. You can always use this time to do some stretching, working on all that stuff that you struggle with, whether that be a hamstring tightness, hip tightness. If you want to repeat some of those stretches we did in the beginning, being that saddle stretch or that lizard stretch, you are more than welcome. We're a minute 30 into the round, so basically halfway. We've got a minute 30 to go, and we'll start round 2.
We're getting Jacob sweating today.
I never sweat.
So,
We got about 1 minute coming up on that second round. Another option for people at home, if you want to grab a foam roller, you can roll those legs out between rounds. It's a great way to stay loose during that rest period here.
And you can play and don't hit your head on the gong again.
on.
45 seconds and we are getting back into it, team.
It's been there a while now.
I remember that.
30 seconds.
Who won that last round?
All right, gearing up here. 18 seconds.
I don't know.
Taylor won by a little bit.
10.
Kids these days don't know what that's about.
3, 2, let's get it. They got those 8 reps here, 4 each side. They picked up the tempo. They're going nice and quick now. Looking good. good. They're staying smooth. They're not sacrificing that technique for the speed. Repping it out here. Looking good, fellas. There we go. Nice and straight with this tempo here. 1 second at the top, 2 seconds down. There we go, getting that back pumped up now. Focusing on that posture as we pull into a good position. Nice work, fellas. Minute 15 in, minute 45 to go.
Top one to it. Get off camera, do it for a reason.
All right, we are 2 minutes in, 1 minute to go, and we're starting round 3.
We're good. Just going for health and at home fitness.
Yeah, yeah.
Enjoying it.
All right, coming up on that 30-second mark.
And when Clayton does this later, 16 would be too many for him. So it's good for Clayton.
How dare you?
Clayton will be posting his workout time in the comment section below. So remember, posters below, guys.
10 seconds.
If you don't see Clayton's comment, yell at him. You're not even sweating yet.
Y'all got his digits.
3,
Hit him up.
2, let's get it. There we go. Focusing on that technique, keeping that back nice and flat as we go down to the ground. On this push press, keeping those abs tight just like you did in that hollow body earlier. Firing those legs, finishing with the arms. Nice and smooth on these lunges here. Driving through the glutes and the hamstrings. Alright. Tight squeeze up at the top there. Pull those shoulder blades back. Attaboy. 1. Yeah, nice pause at the top. There you go. Looking good, boys. Yeah. Very nice. 3 down. 3 to go.
You go slower, you get more camera time. That's what it's all about. I figured it
That
out.
was my key the first 2 rounds. They just had to beat you 1 round. Don't worry about my camera time the rest of the time.
No, I'm winning on camera time right now.
This is his camera time.
What'd you say about him? Sorry?
Oh, so I didn't get the memo.
Oh yeah. He said slow down. It's cool. You do that. I get more camera time.
I don't know what that means.
CrossFit.
It's just 1 speed, go ham.
You're getting a nice bicep pump though. It's good for your camera time.
I'm only focusing on him the rest of the whole time.
I wish you could zoom in more on that thing
Taylor's trying to break the social distancing
Yeah.
just to get some more camera time.
I mean, this is 2021. You never know when we'll post this.
Listen, I just do what the president tells us, guys.
Alright?
All right, 20 seconds coming up on round number 4. It's also helping us with the downtime. We'll have music. 10 seconds. 3, 2, round number 4. Let's get it. Looking good, gentlemen. Maintaining that strong position on the back. Staying snappy with the hips to get that bag to the shoulders. Driving through that legs on this push press. Locking those arms out overhead. Nice and smooth through the lunges. Nice work, fellas. Really squeeze that back here on the rows. Looking good. We're about 1 minute into the round. Staying strong. Oh yeah. Jacob's breathing a little bit.
Yeah, breathe in.
Sound effects.
Breathing important sometimes.
This is those sound effects.
Yeah.
Probably next week's workout in masks. I don't know how that feels.
That'd be true.
That vein training.
We have all the rednecks just walk around in training masks around town right now.
Oh, goodness. You alright?
I've seen 2 of them.
Have you really?
I swear to God.
I'm surprised.
Both at Walmart. Did anybody see the meme that had the like top 5 outfits that were all like homemade
That's
COVID?
all I do is scuba outfit on.
This one person had a rolled up newspaper as a cone and then 2 eyes cut out of it.
Oh, so they had it like, no, that was for the plague. They had those for the plague.
It looked dead on me.
Because in the nose, they put the incense and stuff for the dog. Here. Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's what they had taped to their head.
That's some Beetlejuice
Taped
stuff.
to their head.
So somebody walking around with a plastic bag over their head.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good.
There was another guy. There was another one that was a dude that was at a grocery store. And he'd taken like one of those gallon high containers, cut a square out of it, put his face in the square, and was just like that. Looked like All right.
Now, I think my favorite was this lady was in the full scuba outfit.
That's too much.
Like wetsuit, air, everything.
How do you walk around with a wetsuit on? That'd be miserable.
10 seconds.
Did you work out any next time?
3, 2, back at it, squad. Looking good. Driving that bag overhead, keeping those abs set. Focusing on that posture in these reverse lunges and on these rows coming up. Very nice.
We're gonna be coughing.
Clearing of what? Viral load? Squeezing that back, taking our time at the top here.
hard. I try to pause on some of them, it's just like, nope.
Alright, team should be finishing up that 5th round by now. Less than 1 minute, we'll get into that last round.
Final boss.
Got 30 seconds. Home stretch is coming up. All right, 10 seconds, squad. Get ready for that last round. 3, 2, let's get it. Home stretch here. Pushing to the end now. Looking good, fellas. There you go. Lunging it out. Fighting for that good position. Very nice. Last set of rows and we are done for the day. Good. Don't cut that tempo short here. Last set. 1 minute in. Oh yeah, the pump is real. Nice work, fellas. Nice work, team. If you're still working at home, just push to the end of that 3-minute round. We'll keep the music rolling for you. Other than that, see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Taking this blindfold off to see what this life's all